Welcome Wargamers, Doug here from 2 Plus Stuff, and today we're talking about this guy. This is King Brodd, a new character that was recently added to the Sons of Behemoth faction, along with a new battle tome that's coming out. Games Workshop was kind enough to send me in advance one of these guys, and so I thought, I don't usually talk about hardcore rules or anything like that, but I wanted to unbox this just to chat about the idea of units that just have additional sprues that turn them into other things. You can imagine as a manufacturer it's very efficient, so I just wanted to kind of take a look at the actual model, see how well it looks, all the different art styles and stuff, and kind of get some ideas for my King Brodd lore video. All the news and stuff that came out about him, really, it started to get kind of pumped up towards the end of summer, and it was just a crazy time for me this year, so I actually wasn't able to keep up on the Sons of Behemoth drops and lores and leaks as nearly as much as I wanted to over on the community page, and so I'm very excited to jump into this. Let's go to the downward cam and check him out. Okay, scratch all of that. I did a whole bunch of things and then figured out I had the wrong sprue in my hand. So this is the new sprue that we've added. And actually go ahead and just hold it out here so you can get a good look at all the parts here. Now here's a cool thing about this is a lot of it isn't actually molded together. So if you look at, say, the weapons on the other ones, you'll see here's a Gargant's hand, and it's inextricably linked to this chain, and that's its own fiddly bit. If you were to, try to replace the weapon or something, it would look very awkward. Having this thing by itself looks awkward because all of the medallions and stuff are angled like they're in motion. However, if you look at the weapons here, what I'm trying to get at is if you look at the haft of the hammers that they're all using, the Beast Smasher and King Brodd himself, there's no hand prints or anything like that here. So even as a modeler, if you wanted to build a really cool diorama of a hunter tribe or even Astral Templars, that's a cool bit to get because then you can make these huge hammers and have them as trophies placed. I think that sounds really, really nice. The Beast Helm where King Brodd is wearing looks like a wonderful kind of a sculpt of a skull, and this over here, yeah, it's just a separate bit. There's no part of it that really needs to be connected specifically. There's no forehead attached to it or whatever. Same thing with these little lower jaw bits that it looks like he has. Oh man, I love this. As far as upgrade sprues go, this is the kind of stuff that's rad, where it's the weapon bits can be used by things outside of players of this faction. I don't know, I just feel like it adds value. Now, does it need to be in a big box and cost a whole bunch more? Could they sell this separately? I hope that they have it at least on their website or something like that, but what a cool bunch of bits. I see there's some cool, sorry, I keep using the word cool. I see there's some new options for his back, and I thought that was a really big distinction because the original kit comes with they each have their own thing that they're wearing around their neck. So if we look here, we have Executioner's hood, furs and stuff on the War Stompa, and then the mast with sea nets coming out of it for the Kraken Eater. But I like the more kind of not plain but generic, so that you can kind of pull the attention other places besides what their backs are. So here's just a bareback chill one for, I believe that's a bit that would go into King Brodd, and then here is a big fur cloak, which is its own. I don't know, I feel like the other ones have such distinct styles with the Executioner hood, Beast furs, and the ship one specifically have just very specific vibes, but a nice generic one where you can kind of emphasize other aspects is really, really cool. There is another neck option, so at least, if nothing else, you can have them all turning different directions so they don't look quite as samey, although there's no way around it. You're going to have some similarities between all, 3 to 4 Mega-gargants on the table, but I do think between the bits of adding, new poses, because if you look at these poses here, I like the Beast Smasher kind of roving forward. It's the same reason I like the Gatebreaker. I love just that hand up as he's striding forward. And then King Brodd just seems like a really cool character, and nobody else has their arms. There's nothing else crossing in front of the Mega-gargant on any of the other designs. Yeah, the hand comes out, but to have a double Warhammer just in front of you, I don't know, it's a power stance. I like it a lot. I hope his lore lives up to it. Now here is the question I don't have an answer to, because I get these things before they update the website, of course. So is this going to be a separate kit, right? King Brodd, the big model box, and you can build all 5 Gargant variants out of it, or Mega-gargant variants out of it. Are they going to keep just the Mega-gargant one, which was this minus a single sprue? And if they're doing that, will they then have a third product that is just this sprue? And my answer in my brain is probably not. Games Workshop probably wants you to just keep buying these because it's the only way to get King Brodd. But then, hey, if you buy additional kits, well, then you can start having bits for the other Beast Smasher or whatever. I don't know. I think instead of selling a bigger kit with all of the things, I understand that, but I would also like to see the option of just this, because it's just, you know, if you get a Mega-gargant player, you got them, right? I mean, they're already in for many hundreds of dollars, assuming they're, you know, they bought them directly from GW and didn't 3D print them, but like they're in for a penny, in for a pound. So like you could do this, you could just throw them a little thank you, a little handy, I don't know, a little one sprue box rather than making them buy a whole new thing. That's an opinion. But that being said, with this, I do believe that the weapons are very cool, and I don't think they change the stance enough. Like, I don't know. It's just they all have that same stance and pose as they're walking. I wish there was something else to be done with that. Even if King Brodd had one optional leg where you can put her on a hero rock, you know, it uses the same foot, it's just a different, I don't know, thigh bit. Just something like that to give it a little bit more, I don't know, aesthetic differences. I think that the Beast Smasher and the Gatebreaker look too alike in terms of their hand pose. I would have loved the Beast Smasher to be holding, I don't know, man, like a big bear trap or something like that. That could be really cool. Something like he's also hunting monsters and so are the rest of the mortals. But other than that, I mean, my favorite ones as far as the kit goes, King Brodd looks very intimidating. The Beast Smasher and the Krakenita are just the best. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'm curious what you think. If you are a Sons of Behemoth player, what are your thoughts on what they're going to do with the sprue? Because obviously we have this kit. I mean, it says King Brodd on the box specifically. I'm curious, do you think they're going to keep the OG kit with just the 3 options? Maybe replace the, no, they couldn't replace the instruction book either, because even the Beast Smash is on here. Okay, so they keep the same kit for the other one. And then do you think they're going to put out a separate sprue thing like this? I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that I think Games Workshop, like web store exclusives, like that, this is the reason why they exist, but they rarely use that and flex that muscle. Whatever. Games Workshop, if you're watching, what's up? Your boy is telling you, put that sprue for sale. Because I mean, it has value as bits too, and with all the crazy golden demon stuff that's been going on with the Mega-gargant wrestling a kraken, like this is the kind of stuff that makes those things possible. Accessibility to really cool weapons and trophies and skulls, and there's a bunch of longhorns here that go on King Brodd's like shoal. I don't know what else to call that, but there's cool stuff, and so just making it accessible to people is the key. Let me know your thoughts if you think it's going to happen in the comments down below, and I will catch you all next time. Happy Sons of Behemoth Day.